Welcome back to Breadcrumbs for Life. This is Frances, where simple steps lead to real results. Today I want to tell you something that might sound a little silly, but it did stop me in my tracks and got me to thinking. I looked out my window the other day and I saw two ducks, and they weren't in the backyard where the lake is. They were standing on my sidewalk in the front yard, and they were just standing there staring. And so I looked to see what they were staring at. I looked in the direction they were looking, and there was nothing really to stare at. And so I thought, well, that's nice to have ducks in your front yard. And so I went about my morning, and I came back, and they were still standing there, looking in the same direction. So I had to Google it. Do ducks sleep that way? How do ducks sleep? And apparently they don't. And I thought, well, what are these ducks doing? They're just standing together, staring into space. There was the lake was in the backyard. They weren't in any hurry to go anywhere. It had been an hour, and they had stood in that same exact space for an hour. They were not flapping or quacking. They were just still, and they were together. They weren't busy. They weren't chasing or doing anything. They were just side by side. They were quiet and content and present. And it made me think about how we handle our relationships. We feel like we're always having to move, always having to talk, always feeling like we need to fix something or fill the silence. But maybe we need to be more like the ducks and just stand still with someone or sit next to someone to share a moment that's not crowded by words or tasks, just a little patch of life where we can be comfortable together without performing. So here's what I want to encourage you today. Set aside a little time to simply be with someone you care about. No agenda, no expectation. Just share the space. Let it be awkward if it needs to be. Let it get quiet. And then afterward, you may want to share something that bubbled up for you. Maybe something you were grateful for. Maybe a goal that you had thought about, or a dream. Or just that something you observed when you were just sitting there in silence. Because those quiet times are effective. But sharing what we were doing and thinking in that quiet time in our minds is also effective to deepen the relationship. Because sometimes relationships don't grow the most in the talks or in the big moments. They simply grow when we are side by side together. Just like two ducks on a sidewalk. So that's it for today. Just keep showing up, keep being present, and let the quiet moments do their work. Until tomorrow, don't forget, leave a breadcrumb, make a difference. This is Frances.